likes, then show me. You got to show me.
Hey everybody, so our topic for today is presentations. And I know a lot of people get really nervous or scared about doing presentations, or if you guys have anxiety, I get it. But presentations are kind of just a fact of life in IB. You're gonna have to do them for just about every class. So we just have some ideas to help you feel more confident and some tips and tricks on how to do it and do well. So the first really big thing is to be prepared. So don't do the entire project the night before, split it up. If you feel prepared, you're going to feel more confident and better about what you're saying. Then part of being prepared also means practicing beforehand. It's always more nerve-wracking when you go in and you have not looked at any of the material that you're presenting for several days, and it's all more new to you, and that can be really obvious to your audience. And if possible, you might consider using notes if you're particularly concerned about how your presentation is going to go. I know some teachers in some situations won't allow you to use notes, but whenever you can, I think it's a good idea to jot down just a couple ideas, kind of your generic outline so you know where you're headed. The other thing about using notes is make sure you don't become dependent on them. You want to make sure you're not just staring and reading straight off your notes, but you're actually kind of engaging your audience and making eye contact. Eye contact is really important in presentations. It can make you appear more confident and more secure in what you're saying, which can lead the audience to be more convinced in what you're saying. Even if I know some people have problems with eye contact and just presenting in general, and so if this is a problem for you, one thing you can do is pick a spot that's about head level, kind of in the middle of the room to the back of the room, and so just focus on kind of that general distance away, and so then you're still looking out and engaging the audience without actually having to make eye contact or risking noticing your friend in the classroom and then having them make stupid faces at you. And like, Rebecca, back there! And then they make you break, and so then you laugh, and then your teacher gets upset. But, and then I know in some situations when you're doing a presentation, having visuals can help a lot. For instance, I know we had a presentation about Seamus Heaney poems, and so for my presentation I was working on bogs, and so I needed a visual representation of some of the different characteristics I was talking about, and so I found visuals really helpful. But after that interruption, visuals can really help a presentation, or they can really detract from a presentation if you don't use them correctly. And especially they can kind of take over when you have to be in control of making sure the visuals correspond to what you're saying. So if you're going to have problems alternating between notes and changing slides, maybe visuals aren't going to be the way to go for your presentation. The final thing is, no one in the audience is actively thinking that you're going to be doing poorly, and they're not going to be wishing bad things on you or thinking, yes, I hope this person fails. Most of the time, when I've gotten done with a presentation, people are always like, oh, I really liked this point you made, or I really thought so-and-so did well at speaking or keeping eye contact. I know not everyone does this, but just kind of as an example that not everyone is trying to have it out for you. Even like, this is really dumb, but when someone is struggling in a presentation, I found myself like mentally willing them to like feel better about what they're doing. I'm like, no, you got it, no, you got it, no, you got it, and like, I'm giving them advice like silently in my head and hoping that that's gonna rub off somehow, which is really dumb, but I do it anyways. So your classmates and your audience really don't want you to fail, and they're generally just as afraid as you are when you're doing it, so keep that in mind. I think that's all for today. If you guys have any questions or other suggestions, leave them in the comment below, and we thank you for watching. Goodbye!
Well, show